Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Papillon, the north end of Moonmoth. I'm speaking a little bit quietly because I've had 2-3 weeks of COVID, and as you've seen, I've posted videos, and I'm roughly 2 videos ahead when I post them. I'm not going to do much walking and talking because you can see I'm still struggling for my breath. But what I wanted to show you today was what we see up ahead here, and that's the evening light. I'll have a little chat about Mindspeak. So forgive me if I keep stopping and I have to keep catching my breath. It's quite difficult, but I'll get there. Okay, let's onwards and upwards, as we say. And this my friends, this is what I wanted you to see. It's the beautiful, beautiful evening light, the long shadows of the evening light on these beautiful trees. And this is on our way to our last gifting area. It's beautiful, isn't it? Do you think that's by accident, friends? I'm going to weave my way carefully through here. Now just look at this. All the subs in here, you're bright guys and girls, you are. And you come out with some fantastic questions. But do you think that any of this is by accident? Come around here. Look at this. I am laughing my little head off because right beside this we have that just planted in the ground. He's lovely. This is a busy little place. I can't move for geometry on the ground, so I came in through that gap over there. So just look what's on the ground. I need to be very, very careful where I tread. Look at that. How busy is that? 1, 2, 3. Lena, tiny Lena. Pointless stick. I keep going on about pointless sticks stuck in the ground, but we see them time and again. I might be doing them a great disservice by calling them pointless sticks. What do you see here? Now, I don't think any of that has been laid by accident at all. At all. These carefully placed trees, where they fall in between other trees. What have we here? The colour of this. It's a beautiful colour, isn't it? Really beautiful colour. Really orange, vibrant. What have we here? Let's have a look. Right, so the pointless stick might be this one here with the white on it, see it? But it's got a curve on it. And then beside that, you have that. carefully placed, isn't it? Three-dimensional, it could look like a star. Oh, that's a tree squeaking. Now I have been left with deafness on one side of my ear, so I'm not able to pick up all the sounds. I'm hoping I get that back. It's not good in my job when I'm trying to balance sound. What have we here? What could this be? That is a construction, isn't it? That is a very clear construction. There's something interesting about this. We've come across this in Book of Edgar and Book of Abac, but particularly in Book of Edgar. And I'm going to start with the trees. So this tree here, right in front of me. Then that whitey looking one beside it. Then you see where they're balanced there. There's two trees together. Then we'll go to this one here. And maybe these two here. And ending up with this one. We're back to square one. But it's a circle. I would make the other tree to become a circle. That's a circle. Oh, well, that could be the other tree there. Slightly off. Well, you could say then, yes, that this tree through the back, this big one here, that one could also be part of the circle. Right, as I've looked at this, I'm hearing the words, it's ceremonial. It's ceremonial. Ceremonial. I don't want to tread on anything I shouldn't. Let's look at it from this end. Here we are. Very funny that one of these trees right in front of me has just squeaked. Are you putting pressure on one of these trees? Or the one on the right, with the white. Right, what she's saying is, this is a Fenian saying, there's a tree here with white on it. I think she means this one. Here. That one. And I believe they're putting pressure. Is it that one? On this one here. Right in the middle of the screen. Are you able to do that again? Can you move that again? Right, she's just saying it was just the reverberation of energy. Okay. Oh, there it goes. Sorry. Thank you. So who is moving that tree? Or right, what she's saying is it's the energy that's reverberating off me. Will it happen again if I stand here? There's no wind, just to prove the point. Have a look. There is no wind at all. Okay. I'm not going to wander around too far in here. It's not by accident any of this stuff, is it? Really? I don't care what people say. All these people who want photographs and proof, how much more evidence do you need when you see all this kind of stuff? Okay, we're just going to take a quick walk down the back of this. Ow. Just a very quick walk. This looks very recent to me. All of this stuff on the ground here looks recent. It's a redirection of energy. So straight away you've got this white X here and a one beside it. Definitely X's. Pointless sticks. Going nowhere. Pointless sticks stuck in the ground. That caught my eye. There's something about this. These three, almost like a tripod, and then you get that on there. Wow, great stuff. Walk straight past it, folks. I just want to show you this. Now I'm 5'8". This is much taller than me. There we go. I can just reach the top. Delta shape. So this is a very busy little corner of the forest. That just looks like a large handprint. Fingers, thumb. Hello, frog face. Another one there. Just trying to hide. All the frogs. This is their mating ground. So if I come and check this pond next week, it'll probably be full of frog spawn. Gosh, you ladies, you're shameless. Look at you. Shameless. Here we come. Uh-oh. Better watch your butt. Look at this galloping. Steady. Steady now. Look at them pretending to be coy. Oh no, you mustn't catch me. Don't catch me. Oh, hello. Who are you? Well, as you can see, there's frogs everywhere, just making whoopee. It's that mating time. Spring has sprung. Just a few thoughts on Mindspeak. How does it sound? What does it feel like? For me, it sounds as if somebody is talking somewhere behind your ear, within your head. Now, if the family have something very important they want to get across to you, I found this when I had COVID and I wasn't very well. My temperature had dropped to about 34 degrees C, which is highly unusual and quite dangerous. But their instinct was to say to me, an intervention. So they weren't going to go into any discussion. They just said straight away, an intervention. And they performed quite a bit of healing. So when they have an important message like that, they will make it their business for us to understand by just saying the few words that they need to. Now, as for people with psychic abilities, is that the same as Mindspeak? And I'm hearing similar, but not the same. So Athenian has described it to me as, for Mindspeak, so I could be in a station waiting for someone to arrive on a train. They could have a 2-hour journey on the train. They'll pass houses, they'll have conversations, they'll do this, that and the other. So everything they have seen and done is conveyed as a thought, so I immediately see it. I'm immediately being described in a very, very short few lines exactly what they've seen. The scene has been set. Now I believe for somebody who is psychic, they will have heard every one of those conversations. They will have seen the images of the views on the train. But it's all been presented to me in Mindspeak within a very, very short snapshot. But there's a lot of information within that snapshot. Why do some people have Mindspeak and others don't? Very simplistically, I believe it's down to why are short little fat people not long distance runners? They're not made for it. They haven't got that ability. And if you have that ability and you're willing and you are open-minded, then you're allowed to go ahead. And I'm sure that that is a door that happens to be there and needs to be opened. I don't think we can open it by ourselves. I think we may have been able to use Mindspeak many eons ago. Maybe we've forgotten to do it, forgotten how you do it. Maybe there's no connection there. Maybe it has to have some kind of connection. I don't know. But Mindspeak is very important. So how do I hear things that I'm being told? It's just a conversation. And it will be pertinent words and another presentation of something that been given to me. I might have got the wrong end of the stick, so they'll give it to me so I understand it. It's always in terms of my understanding. They're not going to give me pure maths or physics or biological stuff or anything like that, because that's not the way my brain works. It's like, for example, with the EVPs that are recorded. I certainly don't know why, but I have an ear to hear them. I'm able to pick out things that I didn't think were there. But another person could listen to exactly the same EVPs I have, and they may hear something completely different. So there is something odd going on. There's no definitive answers. How do I hear them? I hear voices, but I can't distinguish between voices. I think I can distinguish a Fenian in her manner of speech, and I think I can distinguish a Bak in his manner of speak. It's not always clear. Sometimes I have to ask who's saying this, because all I'm hearing is the snapshot, the information. So what I've just heard here now as a saying is, imagine you were blind, visually impaired. You could get your mobile phone or your laptop computer, you could get it to speak whatever was on the screen. You could get it to speak to you. And so that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing the voice. Sometimes I see images. It's not always the case. Sometimes I ask. I've got to remember now to ask to see images, and they'll show you the most amazing things that can mean nothing else than what they are showing you. Now, there was a particular viewer who was concerned about where they were trying to speak to their forest family, and they asked me, were they going to the right area? So I asked on their behalf, and I was able to speak with their local forest family member, the head of their little clan, as it were. And I asked him, and I said, can you show me what is the correct area for this person to visit? So he proceeded to show me two circles side by side, and one of them had something like a notch at the top of this circle. So they were like two circles, and one had this notch at the top. And I couldn't describe it any other way, so I sent an email back to this particular subscriber, and I said, this is what I'm seeing. I don't know whether it means anything to you or not. And the response was, wow, well, I'm in the right area, because the place I go to are crater lakes, and that notch you've pointed at the top is the area where I've left food, which I thought was quite interesting. They'd clearly shown me something which meant nothing to me. I mean, I'm 3,000 or 4,000 miles away. They're the other side of the Atlantic Ocean. So it's a wonderful world. There is a lot goes on with this, and I think we're all on the same page. I don't think you'd be here watching the channel if you didn't fall into the same line of thought. There is something more going on. It's not all about the physical. It's not all about £800 worth of animal, person, being running around with a deer over the shoulder. I think that if you're following that line of thought and thinking that's all they are, I think you're wrong. And I think that is only 5%. I'll go as far as to say that. It's only 5% of what these people are. Where did they disappear to? Why have they never been found? Why do you not see a home of a Bigfoot? Why do you not see them gathering round having a chit-chat? Because they do gather together. Why do we not see them? This is a dimensional thing, and I'm going to try and talk about portals and dimensions in the next video. And I want to see what you think. If you've got any opinions on any of that, don't hesitate, put them in the comments below. So I'm sorry that I haven't been about. I missed a week for uploading a video, and I had to put another video in which was just a scenic thing I had done for a completely different purpose. However, I hope you enjoyed it, and it was a break from the world of Bigfoot, because there's an awful lot of crap going on in the big bad world, and it was just a break from it all, really. But hopefully we're back on track, and I've got a few ideas and one or two little experiments I want to go ahead with, but for now we'll leave it here for this week. Stay safe, my friends, and be kind to each other, and remember, if we all stick together and think light thoughts, high vibrational stuff, we can probably put down the darkness, the vile darkness that descends over the Kremlin in Russia, and that's something that needs to be extinguished. So, without much ado, see you next week, folks. Bye!